Oh, she's stretchy. Look how thick she's gone. Is there any lumps in there? No. I'll tell you what she needs though, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't do it. Let's get a bit of the old innit? Right, we're gonna do bolognese. It's not bolognese, is it? The Italians are kebabadocci. Good tackle that. Should we get the board? We should get the board, shouldn't we? Okay. Lasagna. Now, this is what everyone always goes, oh, what's your favourite comfort food? And I'm like, lasagna. What we're gonna do is we're obviously, I don't know how to draw a square. This is gonna be the mince. I always believe that if you make a delicious mince base, then it is one of the most versatile, delicious things that you can ever think of. We're then gonna make a lasagna. That is lasagna. There's lessons in that. We're obviously gonna do the bechamel again. We can be playful with that. We can make some fresh pasta. Or you can just buy the old sheets of the dry stuff, which is just as good. I've got a couple of pet hates with a lasagna. Not enough sauce. Rule number one, there must be a good lathering of the old bechamel. And also a watery beefy mincy. So we're gonna make a sexy beef mince, obviously. The other pet peeves is when you get raw pasta in the middle. You know when you put too many layers of pasta and you get a rawness, how do you not do that? Raw pasta.
It's fucking raw.
They're the three no's, not enough white sauce, weird beefy mince, and then raw pasta. If you're doing this at home for like my comedy teeth. Oh gosh, England cricket team. Right, beef mince, 2 levels to it. Build up flavours with your veggies and then the beef mince. I like to make a big batch of it, so I always tend to do this now. But you need to brown the mince. This is just beef mince. I've got a mixture of 2. We've got a 12% and a 20%. Oh yeah, daddy don't care. So browning the mince builds up this wonderful thing called a Maillard reaction. When you make a steak, you get that beautiful sear. That's the flavour. So you want to get that into your beef. One of the easiest ways to do it is stick it on a big tray like this and then just lube her up, and then we're just gonna like roast it in the oven. You can do it in a pan, but they say to do it in small batches so you can get a nice brown on it so it doesn't boil. If you do it in the oven, 240, showy. Season as we go. Anyway, less chatting, more coffee. This goes in the oven till it's brown. Right, now we're going on to the veggies. I keep it quite Billy basic, but I'd like to talk through a couple of knife skills, hence the reason I'm not gonna use that, because I've never used it before. So this is the nipple end, this is the root end. The root end is your friend. Take the nipple end off, and then you've got a flat edge, as I always talk about. Split in half. Now we peel this little baby. So now all you want to do is create a claw with your hands. I always say go like this. Oof, oof. See that? Oh, like this. The knife is going to rub up against this first finger here or this second finger here, whatever you feel comfortable with. So just get that feeling. Rub, 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 rub. Then we're going to go all the way down to the root. The chop I do is kind of like a back pull. So I go like this. Back, back. Using the tip of the knife. That's where the finesse is. Tip, tip, tip. And then I do the cut across the middle. Some people go, oh, it doesn't do anything. The onion's already got layers. You do you, babes. All you need to do then is hold it all together, tip heel, tip heel, tip heel, and you'll get nice diced onion. Right, so as you go, just chuck it into a, oh, quality. Right, so I'm gonna rattle through these. I'm also gonna do carrots. I'm gonna put them all in at the same time. I'm not gonna peel them. I'm gonna take this little bummy bit off. I'm just eating it. We've created no way. So this, I just want sort of small cubes. Just mimic the same thickness. Run it across, and you kind of got like a thin baton, and then go back across. Yum, 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 yum. There we go. Right, I'm gonna do all of this, magic cut. Right, we're back. Into here, just gonna go a load of oil. Put this on the old stovey, and then we're just gonna sweat that down. Very, very simple. Simple stuff. And that's it for now. We might as well make the pasta. Should we make some pasta? Let's make some pasta. Let's make pasta. This is the stuff you can get. This was £1.70 from a supermarket. Is it more money efficient, time efficient to make fresh pasta? No. Fun to make? Yes. So I used to make this a lot, and basically one of the easiest recipes, or the easiest ways to remember, 100 grams of flour, 1 egg. 1 medium egg. Right, so this is 0-0 pasta flour. 0-0 I think basically means how fine it's been ground. Dos huevos, just a little pinch of salt. So give this a mix. Basically doing it in the bowl, what you're gonna do is take away that element of stickiness. Now you should have nice clean hands. Otherwise if you start going in there straight away, you're gonna get real messy. So technique, heel of the hand, this part here, you push down and then I just fold over. All you're trying to do is combine it. Push, fold, push, fold. So just go like this, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we always used to make jokes, take it out on someone you don't like. Oh no, I'd love this. What a massage. Right, so consistency you're looking for, camera 12, pick this up. You push it, And you kind of want it to be like a bit of resistance. You don't want it to be like so soft, and you don't want it to be completely rigid. Wrap that in cling film, put it in the fridge and leave it for half an hour while we sort all the other stuff out, and then we'll be able to roll it out and do some wonderful things. Bye. Oh. So look, we're browning. They look like koftas. I'm just gonna use this whisk. So you can just like break it up in here so you do get a bit more of a surface area. Breaky, breaky. Just gonna pop that back in there. This is where we're gonna divide a lot of people, but I honestly couldn't care. Oh shit. So here is your softened veggies. Slightly burnt, who cares? It's flavour. Tomatoes, I've just got some chopped tomatoes because we're gonna balance this later on. So that was 2 kilos of mince that I put in there. I'm gonna put 4 tins of tomatoes. I love an OXO cube. I'm gonna go 3. Right, there is a technique where you can squidge them and it turns into like a little sachet. See that? Oh, get all that meat in, down at an angle. Easiest way, slow and steady wins the race. As you can see, there's not enough tomatoes in here, but don't panic, Mr. Man. My old friend, Bisto, gravy granules. Right, chuck a load of that in. This is where the old Italians are gonna be having a fucking heart attack. So that's 2 tins of agua, and it will look absolutely disgusting. Put this on the stove, and now this is the key thing. Let this tickle away for at least an hour, 2 hours. The Italians will be like 65 days, but I'm just gonna say 2 hours tops, all right? Tickle, tickle. This is the old secret weapon there, the old wow Chester sauce. People go like, oh, we gotta use Henderson's relish. Get a couple of slugs of that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, let that tickle away. We'll be back. Bye. Action. Right. So this is a pasta machine. If you've never seen a pasta machine before, this is a pasta machine. So all you're gonna do is you use the widest setting to start off with, clamp it onto the old surface. So I know that these machines, this is a smaller version of a bigger version that you can get, but this is a smaller version, can't take all of it. She just can't. But sometimes they get a bit stuck. So if a recipe kind of says, oh yeah, make 5 kilos and put it through the pasta machine, babes, it's not gonna happen. Use a rolling pin. At this stage, don't try and add too much flour, okay? You've already got the right amount of flour in there. All you want to use flour as is lubrication. So stick it in, and then you go round. Then all you're gonna do from here is fold in half again, get the old rolling pin and put it out. Now what this is gonna do is it's gonna give you a much better knead than you can with your hands. So keep going, fold in half. You'll see it will absolutely transform before your very eyes. So let me just show you the two, okay? If you were to pull this, look, it'll kind of come apart. But now if you start to pull this, oh, she's stretchy. So at this stage, each time it goes through, chuck some on, give it a little dusting, and you don't want it to be tacky. You want it to be like, oh, glide. So now just pop it down a number, no more folding, in it goes. And this is where it will start to get long. There's your sheet of pasta. I'm not going to go any thinner than that. If I go any thinner than that, then you're not going to have any old pasta in the old wasta, woo. Right, get the old dish that you're going to make in the old lasagna in. One of the things I was saying that's a little bit annoying about the old lasagna is it not being cooked, the pasta not being cooked in the middle. So people often tend to just pop these in raw and then cook them. It does work, but you're going to have to cook your lasagna for a lot longer. But the beauty of making your own fresh pasta is you can cut it to the size you want. Take that one off, stick that one there. So then all you're gonna do is lay these in like that. Doesn't matter if it goes up the side, it'd be wonderful. With this pasta, I highly recommend blanching and refreshing. Let's do that. Blanch and refresh technique, all you need to do them like in 2s. Don't chuck them all in at the same time. Into the water. Fuck, I haven't got a bowl. So cold water, they don't take long. 30 seconds to a minute, cold water. Blanching is taking that, is cooking it slightly, refreshing it is stopping that process immediately. So blanch and refresh. Right, there you go. Into the water. Lovely stuff. To do the rest, and then we're good to go. We're running out of battery. Okay. Here is your wonderful bolognese, ragu-y, whatever you want to call it. Now, one thing, I haven't actually tasted this or seasoned it the whole cooking process. Oh, she's delightful. I'll tell you what she needs though, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't do it. Let's get a bit of the old Tommy ketchup in, innit? When you think about tomatoes, yeah, they can be a bit acidic, sometimes they can be a bit sweet, but I sometimes think just a little bit of ketchup, just kind of like helps balance things. Salt. Oh, too much salt, oh God. Taste things, add a little bit, have a taste, add a little bit more, have a taste, double dip, who cares? She's there. Right, you can go to one side and have a little hang out. Bechamel, wax and butter in there. Just got a semi-clean tea towel here, one that I washed. It looks dirty. I'm just gonna take my old pasta sheets out and just give them a little pat dry. I don't want like a wet pasta sheet going in there. Dry. Oh, what a knob. He left it in the water and it's got a hole in it. The master of being impatient. Get some flour in there. Mixy mixy. Now, when you're eyeballing bechamel or a roux, what you kind of want it to look like is a bit like wet sand. If it looks a bit too moist, then just add a bit more butter. If it looks too dry, no. Oh boy, doesn't it? Slow the thought process. If it looks a little bit too dry, add a bit more butter. If it looks a little bit too wet, then add a bit more flour. There we go, got there in the end. I feel like the role that this old sauce plays is just a bit of creaminess. And you'll get rid of the lumps if you mix and pour and mix and pour and mix and pour. The lumps will go away. It'll get thick. Right, give this a little season. 1, 2. Right, look, here's the old bechamel. Look how thick she's gone. Is there any lumps in there? No. I'm gonna add some cheese. It's got some pre-grated cheddar. Big old handful. Cheesy. Save some for the top. Ooh. What's it need? Pepper? A bit of pepper? Alright, crunchy black pepper. Oh, God, my arm's gone dead. Right, there we go. I suppose the ultimate argument, apart from putting ketchup in the bolognese, is how do you layer it up? I always go mince sauce. Oh man, can you remember Epic Mealtime? We were like, mince sauce. Then you gotta go pasta, cheese sauce. There we go, another one of these, just to create that little barrier. Meat sauce. Get one of these big old girls out. Oh, hello. And then the old cheese sauce on top, innit? Cheese sauce. Rule number 15 of making a lasagna, always make it massive. Stick it on another tray because it's clearly going to bubble over and make an absolute shazmagunza of your oven. So I'm going to go 180, probably about 30-40 minutes. Everything's cooked in there. Just make it nice and bubbly and lovely. Right. Ow. Go on, mate. Okay, this stuff, freeze down. That stuff, freeze down. Yeah. Dynamo. Oh, ah! Right. Lasagna is coming out. What I'm going to do is I've got to drop these off. And then lasagna's gonna come out, and then she can chill. Oh my. So yeah, when you make a lasagna, put a little bit of extra cheese on top. 10 minutes to go, forgot to film it, who cares? She is wonderful. Now, if you try and pump into that straight away, she's gonna, gotta let it relax. Postman Pat, I'll show you what I sell. Oh gosh, promo. So yeah, on my website, if you do want to go and buy something, I've got this. This is vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I use vinegar in pretty much everything apart from this dish. It's wonderful stuff. I do a little signature, smiley face, and write the rough date, 2024, just because it's nice, isn't it? The other thing I've started selling, if you do want to get them, they are really good, although they're not very thick. But this one here is a novelty tea towel. It tells you about balancing flavors, salty, sweet, spiced, bitter, and sour, how they interact with each other, kind of like a little thing to you go, oh, I wonder what I should do. This is Eat the Food You Buy. This is my saying. It's the only way to cut out food waste in your home is just eat food. It's not fucking complicated. And then this is the other one. I love this one. So you can't really see them too well from a distance. La 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 la. Basically says pinch here and then pinch here, and then it teaches you to do the old whippy whippy. Oh, get a good one in a minute. Oh yeah. And then in the middle, whoop, it basically says place something here. Place something, anything. Let's use this because I've got a massive Johnson, so I might as well make it look real. Hi-oing, little things like that. I think they're a laugh. Shows my sense of humour. So yeah, 3 of those. I think they're about 20 odd quid. I do ship to the US and the rest of the world. Anyway, I'm wasting time now. That should be ready in about 20 minutes. They'll be dropped off and we'll be back. Love you. Oh, right, delivery's done. Right, so once you've let it sit a little bit, it should be easier to cut. Doesn't need to look pretty, does it? He says, trying to justify this looking awful. I'll try and get a clean cut out. Oh my sweet Lord. She's a mess, but who cares? If I was to be doing this in a restaurante and I wanted to get some decent layers, I'd cook it, let it chill, and then portion it up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, good levels of creamy sauce. It looks so awful, but it tastes so amazing. Oh, right, look, there you go. That is how, oh God, you make a lasagna. I hope you're enjoying these. They're actually a laugh to make, and Francis, you're doing a fantastic job in editing. Leave that in, that's for you. Look, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and enjoy. Enjoy. Shout what you want to see, shout who you want to see, and remember, eat the food you buy. Bye. Right, I'm gonna give you an absolute bonus lesson here. While that water is coming to the boil and Blanch and Refresh, I'm gonna make a little pasta thing, don't know what shape. But one thing that I did learn through my many days of trial and tribulations is mascarpone and a little bit of miso basically tastes like Parmesan cheese. Hashtag no lie. Little nugget like that, what's that? Nugget. No need to season. It's genuinely a marriage made in heaven. It's so good. I'm just gonna pin this out a little bit more. No specific pasta shape. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm gonna make them like a pasty. Oh, I never overfill. Like that. Oh God. Yeah, let's do that. Ah! Water. Right. All you need to do, a little bit of liquid around the edge. Oh. A little bit of liquid. Pop that on top. Then what I tend to do, if I'm making anything that looks like a gyoza or anything like that, I just kind of work down one side. Still got like a guff hole. And then what you can do from there is that's where you can get all of the air. So what you don't want is air inside your shape of whatever you're making. So guff hole complete. We can go round, guff. So make sure there's no air bubbles. I've got one of these. I'm just gonna go around, create a pretty shape. That is shocking. Who cares? Get off, mate. Look. A little Ravelosco. Anyway, you go in the water. These little bits, you can just chop them up. Get a knife that you don't care about. Chop them into like little strands like that. Don't even know what that is. Taglia nothing. Right, look, here's your little pasta thing. A little bit of burnt butter, a bit of sage. Wonderful. Look at that. Here's a little pasta. Oh. It is the easiest filling ever. Look, well good.